We are live. Woo! We are. Thank you, Julie. It tells me we got 5 people watching. Hello, hello. We're going to give it some time. We wanted to come on early to make sure that everything's working. So if you can see and hear us, let us know in the comments.
Give us some thumbs up, likes, credits, whatever those are on YouTube. What are they?
And look who's here.
Stars.
And all of his bearded glory.
Combing this beard all morning.
For the debut.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, 7 people.
Well, we're not just talking to ourselves.
No, we're not. I don't think so. Let us know in the comments. You can hear us. I don't know what the delay is. So, but hello, everyone. Welcome to our closing ceremony. Closing ceremony for the DIY Hook Challenge. This isn't going to be super long. I know it's a closing ceremony, makes it sound like it's going to be this crazy long thing. So don't worry, we're not going to keep you a super long time. But good vibes. Okay. Hello, Aaliyah. And I saw Nicole and Ellen. Nope, I can hear you. Perfect. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Good vibes to you too, Julia. Lisa, yes, I can hear you just fine. Okay, I think we're good then. Like I said, we're going to give it a few minutes. We want to get to the 3 o'clock mark before we really get started. If you guys have any questions before we get started, please pop them in the comment box now, and we can address them before we close out the video. We want to make sure that we address any questions you might have. But thank you all for being here. And if you participated in the DIY Hook Challenge, thank you so much. We're so appreciative. We were seriously blown away by the amount of people, not only who purchased hooks, but who submitted their hooks, and just the creativity that you guys had. It's been really, really awesome. And I will go ahead and tell you guys now, we definitely want to do it again, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
So that's probably going to be an annual summer event, at least, if not something that sneaks in other times. I know most of you guys are so super busy in the fall and the winter because everything's cozy and warm and sells like hotcakes. So that's why I thought maybe in the summertime, in your downtime between stocking up for your fall shows and things, it'd be a good time to do this. And you know, kids are out of school and all that fun stuff. So
Ellen says, how'd you choose the most awesome hook? We'll get there. Can't get ahead of ourselves just yet. It's not even 3 o'clock yet.
Well, I have a saying for that too. So I used to drive people crazy that worked for me, contractors that worked for me. I'd always say that early's on time and on time is late, and late is unacceptable. So this one might go live late, but we don't ever do that.
I'm unacceptable. Yeah.
Early is on time and on time is late. Late is unacceptable. And I know there are plenty of guys across the country that if they heard that today, they'd be ready to slap me in the face because I've said it plenty of times.
So Aaliyah said that was seriously so much fun. Such a great idea. Well, she said suck a great idea, but then corrected herself and said such not suck. We got what you were putting down. Nicole said yes. Nancy says hello. Ellen says I had to ask. We will get there for sure. We
weren't super fast. We were fast and loose with this.
Yes.
Like we didn't have the people asked for like a Rubik or what we were grading on, and that really wasn't a jam. And I wanted to get into that a little bit once everybody's here and it's after 3. It's like the whole point of this was just to have fun. Yes. To see people's creativity and to give you something maybe different that you hadn't tried to work with, or experiment with a different medium, or just it's a 3D printed hook. Those are weird within themselves. There's not you're not gonna find those at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. So it's something different. It's something unique. And having that blank palette, we wanted to see what people would come up with. And wow. Wow, yeah. You guys, wow.
You made it really hard. Yeah. Let's put it that way.
So as much as I don't like lists and don't like, we are going to have to come up with a system for next year to have either some categories so that everybody's competing on even ground, or specifically what we're looking for, because there was such a wide range of submissions. Really cool. Really cool.
All right, we got Dana in the house. Hello, Dana. Nicole, just love you guys. So much fun. Thank you so much. We try. We're just having fun. I mean, I think that's
the point of life. Like, if you're not doing something you enjoy or making happy memories and doing things you love, then it's time to reevaluate some things and do things different. Like, life is way too short to get caught up in a whole bunch of drama and nonsense when you could just be doing stuff you love and having fun.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's been a couple months since we've decided to do this full time. And it's just been fantastic. You know, you guys have really inspired a lot of this, this challenge and like all of the new tools that we've been creating. You know, it's really because of you guys. So we appreciate that so much. And if you missed it, I just shared that we now have stitch markers in the Etsy shop. Oh, so you can grab yourself some stitch markers when this is over. So that's been really fun.
Cats.
Yes, sheep heads and little kitty cat heads. So
I'm working on one that's little double horns with a little tail, but that's like super secret still. I'm not even supposed to be talking about that.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's for never mind.
Okay, it is 3:01, and we have 12 people watching. I'm sure people will trickle in. I hope they do. I tried to get the word out about this, but it's hard. It's hard. I know that towards the end of the challenge, I started sending out just regular emails instead of going through my mailing list because I was really worried that the mailing list was going to junk mail. But hopefully next year I can figure out a way to maybe create some better form or system where I can make sure I've got the right email address for you and we can get the word out for everything. But yeah, I'm going to let the captain talk a little bit about how he feels about this challenge and why we did it and how we feel about next year and all of that. I know you said a little bit of it.
Well,
but
we did it. That's the important thing.
Yes.
It was not a single-sided thing, although it was my idea.
No, it was not.
It totally was my idea.
No, it wasn't his idea.
So I wanted to figure out a way. I think we're kind of limited to what colors and options we can do. Although there's a ton of them, we're really limited based on the filaments. So I thought, what if we came up with just a generic blank hook that you could decorate yourself, do your own things with?
As like a kit.
Yes, because we had tried a few ourselves, you know, tinkering around. We've got airbrushes and acrylics and glitter and resins and all the fun things to play with. But we wanted to see if there was a way to get people engaged with these more so than just, you know, a contest or a challenge to win some hooks. I mean, we could give some hooks away in a giveaway just as easy as doing a challenge. But I wanted to see what people would do with this and give people the opportunity to have a creative outlet in the midst of all the crazy shit that's going on in the world right now. I know a lot of people get really discouraged because maybe shows have gotten canceled or events have gotten canceled over the last few years. And it's been hard. It's been hard for everybody. So I wanted to try to come up with a way for people to have a good time, to maybe spend time with their kids doing this, or just explore a creative avenue that they may not do on their own. So we got, you know, a bunch of these together and said, let's see what happens. And it was overwhelming. The first 2 weeks, I printed and sanded almost 100 books. So it was insane there for a little while. I didn't sleep the last 2 weeks of June, I guess it was, or whenever we did that. It was wild.
Yeah, we had 85 purchases, but we made more than 85 hooks.
Yeah, because I had some sneaky deals going on. Like, all of this is 100% Pink Sheep, but over on my page, I've got some sneaky deals. Sometimes we'll do stuff that maybe doesn't necessarily get sold in her shop, or some colors and things that, you know, are different. So we had a couple go out there as well, so that we offered you guys to be able to sand. So I'd love to hear some of your feedbacks from people who got the hooks that weren't sanded, to see what your experience was with that, because it's time consuming. But yeah, that's the whole point of this was just for everybody to have a good time and engage with everybody and get us together to have a group project that no matter where you were in the country or in the world, you know, we had hooks in New Zealand and in Japan and Nova Scotia. We had them in Canada, different parts of Canada. It's crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. So it really came down to, we wanted to create these DIY hooks, but we weren't really sure how to market them, promote them, put them out there into the world. And it actually, that part was your idea, yes. So the idea of doing DIY hooks at all was his idea. But I think I was in the kitchen one day when I yelled at him from the kitchen, and I was like, I have an idea. We need to do a challenge. And that was the idea of like, okay, we don't really know how to market these DIY hooks. So what if we did a challenge to kind of get feedback and see if people even enjoy decorating these hooks? And then if they do, then we could potentially sell like little kits, like maybe a hook and some Sharpies, or a hook and some paints, or just the hooks. And if people want to do, you know, decorate them and, you know, complete them themselves, they can. So that's part of the goal after this challenge is over, to potentially start marketing some of these DIY hooks as something you can purchase year round. But as for doing this challenge again in the future, our thought process right now, and obviously this could change because this will be next year, this will be next summer, we want to do a new size. So we would do the challenge again, but we would create, like this next year, maybe we would do a size 19, or I guess it would be a 19. So we go 18, 19.
Or like a 30. I want to make something that we
no,
don't make.
but like,
we need that room to be creative. So.
But the 19 and 20, so we could do 19 next year and 20 the next year, then 25 the next year, something like that, because then you'll start amassing your own collection of these DIY hooks. And the 19 and 20 don't have like the ergonomic handles, so they're actually going to be easier to decorate because they don't have any kind of, you know, they've got the stand-up base. Yeah, so it might be easier for people who are looking to try to, you know, put things on there. So we think that'll be really fun. And let's show our hooks.
Yeah, so we got what? How many people are here? Who showed up?
18.
It's 307.
Yeah, 18 people.
So well, let's go ahead and before we show the hooks.
No, our hooks.
Oh, our hooks.
Our hooks. We made hooks.
Okay.
We didn't get to enter them in the challenge though.
So we made a couple. And I wanted to just show off my celebrity hook. This was what kind of sparked the DIY, because this is just a weird one that broke. But actually, I don't know if you guys can see that.
There you go. It's,
oh boy.
It's pull it back this way.
Yeah.
It's like crooked. It's crooked as
all. So I
get
resin coated it just for the hell of it, and this hook got me 40,000 views on Reels with my little bitty nobody account. So it's hilarious. That's a celebrity hook. But these are the ones. These are the ones we made. So
I wanted to talk a little bit about this, because this was kind of the whole point of the challenge. Is this was not easy, and we totally understand that. So I started out with a 16 millimeter hook because I just had an extra 16 millimeter white one around the house, and I decided to try Sharpies because that's one of the things that I told you guys Sharpies might be a good idea because it's cheap. You might already have them around the house. And I drew little flowers on it. It was looking pretty good, but it started to kind of fade. So I went crazy and did like 2 coats of Sharpie over the little flowers to try to make them stand out and look really good. And so then we decided to resin coat it, and it didn't end up looking so hot.
It's still cool. Like there's still.
Yeah.
It just kind of got dark.
Yeah, it got dark because I used a lot of black.
She was heavy on the black outlines.
Yep.
If you don't do a clear coat over that, it can pull the markers, depending on what kind of marker it is.
And that's what we wanted to say. Not only did I learn, like, it was still fun. It was still a fun process for me to create this, you know, to try new things. But we also have figured this out of if we had done a clear coat before we resin coated, then that would not have been the case. So that's our goal. And since we're on that subject, if you purchased resin coating for your hook, you can go ahead and send your hooks to us. There's not specifically a deadline, but we'd like to get them done sooner than later. So be sure to send those to us. You'll cover the shipping to us, and then we will ship them back out to you once they are coated and ready. And that would just be clear coat. So I had glitter on this one. It would just be clear coat if you paid for that. But you can ship those out to us. So the other one, why don't you show yours off?
So this one I airbrushed into like a camo pattern, and then she made me glitter coat it.
I didn't make you. You wanted to glitter coat it.
It was just army camo green and blacks, but it was airbrushed. It turned out pretty cool.
He's been learning airbrushing, so it was the perfect opportunity to practice. Yeah.
And then the big guy here,
yes.
she cheated. She had me to print a monster hook for her in black instead of the regulation size anyway.
Yes. So this one, I actually did Mod Podge. So if anyone else tried Mod Podge, I cut out little pieces of comic books. And I used.
I'd like to say that no comics were harmed in the making of that,
but they were.
But they were.
So I actually used tacky glue to glue that on, and then resin coated over. And you can see it's pretty dark. I don't know if that'll actually focus in or not, but it darkened it up a little bit. But the base of this hook was black, not white. So I think if we'd used white, it would have stayed a little bit brighter. I am still going to try to get him to let me put one more coat on this because I want to use it. I want to actually be able to use this hook. And
she was going to sell it, but that said no.
I was going to auction it. And it's not going to let me. So I'm going to get him to let me resin coat it one more time so that it's a little bit smoother because some of the comics came through a little bit.
Yeah, there's a couple edges that raised and stuff.
But I can, you know, what is it? Sandpaper.
Wow.
I can sand it and then coat it again. Yeah. Okay,
so it's 3:11. Let's get on with the show. So
yes.
I'm going to drop a huge bomb and say thank you so much again to everybody that purchased hooks, that joined the challenge. And as a special thank you, we already gave some discounts out early on. There will be a, what am I supposed to call it? Everyone that submitted a hook will receive a, because I'm not allowed to tell you.
Yeah, you guys, it's a surprise. A token of appreciation. Everyone who submitted a hook, everyone who submitted a finished hook will get a token of appreciation from us to you. We have not gotten them in the mail yet, so we cannot mail them to you yet. But as soon as I get them, I will be sending them out to you guys. And that's just a thank you for joining in on the challenge this year. We just appreciate it so much and appreciate you guys' support overall. You know, most of you guys support us in other ways, not just through the DIY hook challenge.
Yes, thank you so much for you guys being behind us in this crazy 3D printing crochet adventure that I'm part of now. It's super exciting.
Captain Hook.
But so that's everyone who submitted will receive a token of appreciation. That's what we're doing.
Surprise. It's a surprise. Yes.
So thank you.
That's number one.
Finish the job.
What's the other bomb you want to drop?
Well, I want to jump right into it. I want to show the hook reel and I want to give our top positions.
Okay. So we made a little video of our top 6 choices. And so
let's back up. Let's say so that's we'll do we're gonna have first place and then 2 runners up and then 3 runners up to the 2 runners up. So there's not a first place, second place, third place. There's a big winner, and the rest of you are lumped in of 2 and 3 or 4,
what did you
5,
call
6.
it? What did you call it?
So it's a runner up and a second runner up to the runners up.
You called it something else.
Anyway.
You said like close.
Close but no cigar, and you just missed it.
Yeah. But there's a top 6.
So the lower 3, you're gonna be able to choose any tool that you would like out of our shop, and if you'll pay the shipping on it, it's yours. The second and third place, or the first runners up, are going to receive a hook of their choice from our shop, and our grand prize will receive 5 sorry. 5
custom
trying to short you here.
Yeah.
5 hooks of any size, choice, flavor. If they're in the shop, great, you can have them. If you want something custom, you want a full match set.
Yeah, so you can pick from the shop. If you have ones you've already got your eye on, because you know we usually can't remake them. So if you have ones you really, really like, you can choose those. And like you said, the 2 second runner up, like the second and third place, but we didn't want to put them in order. You guys get the same win, and that's going to be any hook of your choice from our shop. You do have to pay shipping for us. Same thing for our following up 3 that are below that. Sorry, we had to make it confusing, but
yeah, we have 2 runners up to the grand prize.
Yeah,
and then we have 3 second runners up.
Yeah,
with a total of 6 prize paying positions.
Yes, exactly. All right, so we're about to reveal the 6 hooks that are in the running. These are not in any kind of order, so you can't read into that. We will be announcing them after we play the video.
This was hard as
oh my God, it was so hard
to judge these. You guys everybody that submitted something wins, so that's why you're getting a token. They're all amazing, but as with everything, there's a pecking order. So these are our choices here for our top 6.
Make sure the movie's still on here.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
it's gone.
No, it's not. It's right here. Okay, I'm going to play the movie. I hope you guys can see this. Let's see. Fingers crossed.
Here we go.
There we go.
Don't end broadcast.
Okay,
All right.
give us a second.
Yeah, so she's having technical difficulties.
But I think they saw it.
Did you guys see the video? The video played. Okay, everything was square with that.
You got to see the comments? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me catch up on these comments. She's just getting our names together because she didn't want to say somebody's name wrong or do something, make sure somebody's tag or handle. Little Miss List Maker over there didn't have a list for this, which I'm surprised. So yeah, I think everybody did a killer job. Those were some different mediums. Obviously, some of those are crazy. Somebody put one in a kiln at some point to make those. I mean, it was crazy stuff. It was very, very cool to see everybody's individual artist take on that. And, you know, some of your hobbies and your personal interests come out in that. You know, the people with the Lord of the Rings, or there we had some nature ones that were amazing as well. So be sure to go to her page, and the links that are on her page for the DIY challenge have all the submissions there. So there's a ton of pictures there. Very, very cool.
Okay.
We're ready now.
Yeah, so I had to make sure that I had the names right for these. And please, if I get the name wrong, I'm so sorry. But I guess we'll start with our three lowest.
The ones you get the free tools.
Yes.
So there's nobody lower or higher. These are all awesome.
Yes. So you get a free tool from our shop. You do have to pay shipping for us. We'll set your listing up through Etsy. But the three is Lord of the Rings by Alice Lamiro.
Love that. Love the movies. We've got all the books. We've got all the movies.
I read all the books again this year. Yep. Yeah. So, and he's got the extended editions, so it takes forever to actually watch those.
All the special effects. 6 hours of video.
We have what I call The Lighthouse by Kristen Kent. So that was the lighthouse with the underwater scene on there. We just loved the detail. I mean, we thought that was really cool.
There's a lot going on in a little bit of space there. That I'm hoping you're not sending that to me to resin coat it.
I don't think so, but
no, I've got it under control now. Like, I can acrylic any of the stuff before we put resin to it, no problems. So.
All right, and then there is the UFO by Anna Siebert. And dude, this was hard as we started getting up to these tops.
That one was really tough.
Yes.
That was such a cool piece. That was such a cool piece.
Yes. Okay, so all three of you guys, if you're watching, thank you so much for joining in and submitting. And reach out to me, or I'll reach out to you, and let us know what you want. If you want a lucid tool, if you want a gauge square, like any of our tools, we can ship those out to you.
Or if you got something on your mind.
Yeah, just let us know.
I'm free and open.
Okay, so this leaves us to our 2 runners-up. Our first runners-up, our 2 first runners-up.
In no particular order again.
Yes, no particular order. That would be The Pencil by Mary White, which was amazing.
That's so great. That was the most realistic submission that we had. I mean, if you looked at that in some of the photos, I forgot it was a crochet hook.
It kind of looked like an art installation, the way that it was photographed too. It's like it's like larger than life. I could see walking into like an art room and having that thing be like 100 feet high. Yeah, it was crazy. I feel like a statue.
Crazy detail in that.
And then the yarn ball by Emma. So that was the kiln yarn ball.
That was insane. That was a very, very cool piece, which we didn't expect anything less from Emma. If you guys don't know her page, go check it out. It's What the Hook Creations. Is that right? What the Hook Creation?
But she uses the polymer clay for creating crochet handles, so it kind of made sense that she would make a polymer clay handle.
You almost cheated since you already do that. Good luck putting yourself out there. I liked your other hook too. Yep.
Okay, so that leaves us with our winner, which is Aaliyah's Dragon. It was the wow factor, you guys, when we saw it, seeing all of the elements that she put into it, that you put into it, Leah. I know you're on here. Having the crocheted elements with the wings, the yarn, having the molding, the modeling clay, the paint,
and even the reel,
plan.
Like the reel you presented that with, the music for that, like the whole, like
it had a name. You named your dragon. We were blown away, and we saw the process. We loved getting to see, especially people who you showed us that maybe your first try wasn't the finished piece. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that you never
hook art,
right? Hook art. You had never used some of those mediums as well, right? Like, did I miss the boat on that, or are those like your first try at doing clay modeling and things? Because that's wow. Way to put yourself out there. Way to risk it for the biscuit, and congratulations.
So Mary and Emma will need to reach out to us, or we reach out to you. You can choose a hook out of our shop. Like I said, we will need to get you to pay shipping on your hook, but you'll get a free hook.
Or if you want something crazy, like I said, reach out to me. We can talk.
And Aaliyah has never made anything out of clay.
Yeah,
that was totally new. And Aaliyah, you will not pay shipping. That was it was kind of that last minute. We wanted to add on. These hooks were so good. We wanted to add some additional prizes. And that was the way that we could do that. So, but thank you guys for joining us. This was amazing. We cannot wait to do this again next year.
Absolutely. And I'm ready. I'll be ready. I'm not going to have to print 100 hooks in 2 weeks next time. Like, I'll be ready.
And we were going to say too, I just totally lost it. I can't remember what I was going to say. Like he was saying before, if you go to therealpinksheepdesign.com and you go to the top bar that says crochet hooks, there's a drop down. There's actually a page called DIY crochet hook challenge, something like that, or DIY hook challenge. And that's where the full gallery. So if you guys want to see, there were 46 entries. So, I mean, there's lots of hooks to look at. And
so many cool things. Like so many different sides. There were, crocheted pieces, or a piece that somebody had signed as they were leaving their job to pursue this full time, which the story behind that, incredible. That's on the page. Like, that's Allie. I don't know if she's on here or not.
I don't know.
Very cool. Very cool work. We were blown away. Challenge accepted. Challenge completed.
And I hope that you guys enjoyed it and want to do it again. I hope that this was, a real creative challenge for you, and that next year you want to try something totally different. And we really just wanted the goal to be for you guys to have fun, to do something different. That's why we wanted to keep it super affordable too. We wanted it to be accessible, and I know that there were prizes involved, but I think for us it was just getting to have, my goal is always to have communities, to have that sense of community, and the fact that you guys wanted to engage and wanted to share, that to me was the world, because that's, if I can have a goal for Pink Sheep, it's to have this community of amazing creators and makers, and you guys have made that possible. So thank you.
Oh, and I completely forgot. So there was a lot of people that got multiple hooks to do these with their kids as well, which I think was really cool, because that was able to create an experience, going and shopping for the supplies for it, talking, designing, being able to have something I made create that memory and that experience is incredible. So anybody who bought a hook for a kid this year, if they want to enter the challenge next year, the hook's on me.
Yes.
So just reach out to me and let me know.
Yes. So if you had your child compete this year and you submitted a hook for them, just let us know next year when we put all of this out, and we will send them another hook for free. So yes, I hope that you guys, I hope that they enjoyed it too. We had some really cool submissions from the kids. Some of them made it pretty high up in our rankings. So that was a really fun process going through all of that. And I remember we did have someone ask how we ranked, and it was a big mix. It was a mix of that creative inspiration and the story behind the hook. It was the kind of, if we saw that you had a process and like a plan that you went through, you know, and you not just documenting the plan, but you know, going through and having all of those elements that you tried and staying persistent and getting to that final point. Some of it was wow factor of just like, dang, that's crazy. Stuff that surprised us, you know, if we were surprised by it. Do you want to add anything?
No, I mean, and that was the big thing for me, is just the seeing through the creative process of like, where I could see if you submitted progress pictures where you started in one place, changed your mind, or were drawing scales and decided to cover that up, or some of the marker work that a lot of people did. You'd start with one thing and then change and do something totally different by the time it got to the end. So that weighed a lot with me, is seeing the evolution of that piece just from the beginning to the end. Because you only had the one shot, unless you bought more than one. It was like a spare, like, so that's, you had to take some risk, and like sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And I think that's the challenge for an artist, to like, when shit goes sideways, what do you do with it? Well, that's where real talent separates itself from, you know, somebody who's a hobbyist. So, and just
having that perseverance, you know, to see it through. Yeah.
Figuring out how to put a stamp on it.
Yeah, but we loved it. We loved seeing everybody's submissions, and it was not easy, you guys. There were
that was tough. I mean, like, I just wanted to give everybody everything. You know, like, she had to reel me back in a little bit, because you know, it's, if I could give everything away for free, we would.
Yeah. We just hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, I don't think we have any more questions. But
hopefully that's the big thing, is everybody had fun.
Yes.
We'll at least see you next year. If not sooner.
Definitely. And just a reminder, so I'm saying this at the end of the video too, if you're just now joining in, if you paid for resin coating, you can send us your hooks as soon as you'd like.
Let's go. We got good weather for it.
There's not a deadline, but we prefer to do them sooner than later. So if you paid for resin coating, you can go ahead and ship your hooks to us. We'll keep you updated on the process once we receive your hook, and once we get it ready to go, and once it ships back out to you. So yeah, thank you so much. And thank you again for joining in. And I think
thanks for joining, and thanks for accepting the challenge. And Aaliyah, thanks for kicking everybody's butt with some stuff you never used before. So very well done. Everybody that placed, everybody that didn't place, again, like, thank you.
Yes. All right, I think we're
there we go. We'll see y'all on our next adventure.
Yeah, have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Bye.
Challenge complete.